Okay, so this whole Jedi Survivor game crashing, frame rate missing, or missing frames, frame drops, crashes, instability is just terrible for games. We've seen it. Video game companies tend to release that shit on us all the time, right? We should be used to it by now. Oh, we'll just push this shit out and then fix it later with updates. Bad. We've actually had a few games actually have to give back refunds. They were so poorly engineered because they're thinking about making money and not making great games. But, but, if you're telling me as a human being, you can tell the difference between, what did it say, mid 50s and 60 frames per second, you're full of shit. I can tell you right now the human optic nerve cannot tell the difference between 30 and 60 if your game is running smoothly. You cannot tell the difference. If there's no frame drops and your game is stable, that the human optic nerve is not capable, okay? The human body can only react so fast to what it sees, hears, muscle contraction. Now, I used to do this thing with the kids where I would hold a dollar bill between their fingers. And I would tell them, when I drop the dollar bill, if you can grab it, you can have it. No one ever grabbed it. There are physical limitations to what the human body and mind can do, including the optic nerve. So when people tell me they can tell the difference between 60 and 80 or 100 frames per second, that's bullshit. Science, biology says you can't tell the difference, that you cannot see those individual frames. I don't care. Oh, but it's so buttery smooth. That's bullshit. Okay? It's bullshit. Get over it. After 60 frames per second, okay, as far as I'm concerned, that's perfection. For me, it's good enough for anything I do. My games play just stunning at 60 hertz. So you're going to have to explain it to me in some biological term. So you're going to have to, in some science or some study, some neurological study or something that says that you can tell the difference, okay, between frames when it's running 60 hertz or 100 hertz. It's just, I'm sorry, it's not physically possible. I think you guys are all just a bunch of gaming wankers because, I mean, come on, I've been gaming for 40 years. I was gaming when games were only words on a 6x6 screen that was gold print on black. Remember those days? Most of you probably weren't even alive then. My first video game was a word game. Trapped in a dungeon, and you had to read paragraphs and decide what to input next. That was my first game on a PC. I've owned every console there ever was. I've played on all of them, including PC. I just don't understand how these people are saying that they can tell the difference. Because science says you cannot. You cannot.